a relief. George usually has something wise to say about me, so I guess I'm kind of relieved on that. He's not done yet, if you didn't hear that. Thank all of you for being here today, especially our guests up here at the front. Supervisor Bennett, it's always a pleasure. You never miss one of these things, Steve. We really do appreciate that. And Tracy, you too. I know how busy your schedules are. I'm here speaking on behalf of the board of Ivy Lawn Memorial Park. We are a private, non-profit memorial park here in Ventura County, the only one just like that. I dare say we probably own more ground than any other nonprofit anywhere in Ventura County. But folks don't know that about us. We won't give you a long history of it. But fair to say that in the next couple of years, we are planning on publishing a book, a couple-volume book about the history of the cemetery and who's buried here, because the history of Ventura County is right here on the grounds on which you're sitting. We are very fortunate to have with us today as our Memorial Day speaker, Captain James J. McHugh, United States Navy. Captain McHugh was born in Newport, Rhode Island, but that is, as they say, just the start of the story. Citing a list of his assignments, accomplishments, and service to this nation would take me longer to recite than his speech will be, so I'll spare that for you. But let me assure you that he has excelled at every challenge, be it academic or patriotic, that has been placed before him. He has 2 master's degrees, 2,800 flight hours, 400 carrier-arrested landings, 11 medals, 3 beautiful daughters, 1 lovely wife, and 1 job very important to all of us here in this area. Since 2009, Captain McHugh has been commander of Naval Base Ventura County. His schedule is extraordinarily busy, and we are indeed fortunate that he was able to join us today. Please join me in giving the warmest Memorial Day welcome to Captain James J. McHugh, United States Navy.
Well, thank you, and good morning. I wish my wife was here to hear that introduction. That was wonderful. I want to thank Ivy Lawn for inviting me here to speak to you today. I'm always honored to speak on behalf of the Navy, but it's especially humbling to stand before you in uniform today to speak about the many American heroes we honor on this special day. In our country, we do a wonderful job of creating and building physical memorials. The Vietnam Wall, the World War II Memorial, the Korean Memorial, the 9/11 Memorial at the Pentagon, and my own Navy Memorial are solid symbols of the nation's desire to physically commemorate our fallen heroes. At these hallowed places, we can see and even trace with our fingertips the names of those in uniform who have given their lives in defense of our country. Memorial Day is a special holiday. It's a single day during which we honor the spirit of all those who died in service of our nation, but whom we continue to remember and honor in our hearts. Instead of seeing a stone monument on this special day, we see the faces of all those who, over the years, sacrificed their lives in defense of freedom. We see Petty Officer Michael Mansour, or Lieutenant Michael Murphy, SEALs who sacrificed their lives in the ongoing hostilities in the Middle East. We see the many young men who perished with their ships in Pearl Harbor. We see the faces of Navy nurses who, through many years of war and conflict, provided care amid chaos. And we see the brave faces of those men and women who died in Vietnam and Korea, whose sacrifices went unrecognized for years because of the unpopularity of the conflict they found themselves in. We also think about their families and friends, perhaps people we know. We mark this special day by celebrating their legacy with grieving their absence in our lives. For a long time, Memorial Day seemed to be at risk, becoming just another day off at work, a reason to have a picnic or a barbecue, the opening of the community pool, or the beginning of summer vacation. But in recent years, a collective shift in the thinking has transpired. A new awareness of the sacrifices of our military members are making them emerging and becoming an ingrained part of our American experience. I can't put my finger on exactly what caused this shift, but maybe it was the lessons learned from the Vietnam conflict, or perhaps the shared experiences of today's young men and women fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. Or could it even be the many movies and TV shows that suddenly have shed new light on the real sacrifices of our servicemen and women? Regardless of the reason, something has changed about the American way, now thinking their heroes are great, and that shift transcends politics, cultural differences, and religion. President Kennedy said once, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers." Of course, today, we equally honor the servicemen and women, but the sentiment remains crystal clear. A key component of our nation's greatness lies in our ability to honor, appreciate, and cherish through our actions and our memories all those who died to ensure our freedom. We often hear that freedom has a price and that each generation pays its due. Today is our day to say thank you to those generations who have foot that bill, to those who have paid so dearly with their lives, and to their families and friends whose lives are forever changed and to whom we owe an enormous debt. Gathering today on this special day is one way to show our appreciation and gratitude. But how do we extend the reverence we feel today through the other days of the year? And more importantly, how do we instill and deepen the tradition of this special day for coming generations of Americans? How do we ensure that Memorial Day continues to be observed with profound reverence, regardless of whether or not we're a nation at war? Well, let me make a few suggestions. First, we must teach each other about the sacrifices that have been made on behalf of those that we might continue to enjoy the liberties and freedom granted to us by our Constitution. We must help future generations understand that, politics aside, the act of committing yourself to your country and being willing to fight for the freedom of others is among the most noble of endeavors. We can do this by helping those veterans who are still with us, by assisting a family who is grieving the loss of a service member, or by visiting those injured in the service to the nation to help them build a new life. Second, we must find a way to ensure the legacy of our heroes endures what has become a soundbite culture. These dedicated men and women are worth more than the 20-second soundbites we see today. Their history deserves telling and retelling. Find a way in your life, at work, at home, at church, at a youth group, whatever, to keep their memories alive. Honor their sacrifice, tell their story, and cherish their memories. And finally, continue to gather together on this special day each year to pay homage to each of them. Make this day an annual reminder of the need to give yourself in honor of those who have given everything. Treat Memorial Day with the reverence and respect, and others will follow your lead. Our Navy is one of the world's greatest powers. We also are one of the world's greatest instruments of peace and humanitarian assistance. Our more than 200 years history is one of service, pride, and heroism. We serve today in the oceans throughout the world, also in Iraq and Afghanistan. We defend our world's waterways from piracy. We provide food, medicine, and comfort in natural disasters. Our Navy executes the same mission whether or not we are at war. We provide protection, deterrence, and assistance whenever and wherever needed. And in the course of that duty, we have lost many of a fellow shipmate through the years. Among those we honor today are our shipmates. Shipmates gone, but never forgotten. And we assume the unspoken duty to remind our friends, families, neighbors, children, and fellow service members about their actions and their sacrifices. We happily embrace the responsibility of promoting service to one's country, and we do it all in their name. All of the good we do in the world today is because of the legacy given to us by those who gave their lives in service. Their sacrifices helped make this Navy the great power it is today, and with every action undertaken, every conflict resolved, every life improved by the United States Navy, we pay tribute to those heroes. I'd like to close today by reading an excerpt from a letter from one of those heroes we are honoring today. It was written from Iraq as a just-in-case letter by Private First Class Jesse Givens, a letter to be delivered to his wife and children only in the event of his death. My family, he writes, I never thought I would be writing a letter like this. I really don't know where to start. The happiest moments of my life all deal with my little family. I will always have with me the small moments we all shared. The moments when we quit talking, taking life so seriously, and smiled. The sound of a beautiful boy's laughter, or the simple nudge of a baby unborn. You will never know how complete you have made me. I did not want to have to write this letter. There is so much more I need to say, so much more I need to share. Please keep my babies safe. Please find in your heart to forgive me for leaving you alone. Teach our babies to live life to the fullest. Tell yourself to do the same. I will always be there with you. Do me a favor. After you tuck the children in, give them hugs and kisses for me. Go outside, look at the stars, and count them. Don't forget to smile. Love always, your husband, Jess. That letter was delivered on May 2003, 2 weeks before the birth of their son, and just after his death in combat. I encourage you to follow the advice of Private Givens. Hug and kiss your children. Go outside and look at the stars. And don't forget to smile. Thank you for being here today to help celebrate the lives and legacies of those who have lost. Lost, but never forgotten, and always, always revered. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.